Yes, we're live, all good in the hood, and yeah, we got a show tonight. Fuel shortages and availability, energy prices about to rise again, flooding in certain parts of the UK, power cuts reports coming in, ATM closures too, and limitations of what you can withdraw. Inflation is rising, conflicts with Russia, Ukraine, China, Taiwan, Serbia, Kosovo, Israel, Iran, North and South Korea, UK fighting men all over the UK with some United Nations. Crime is rising rapidly, supply chain disruptions set to continue, tracking and surveillance kit now available in the UK, new draconian laws to hit the UK soon. OMG, it's crazy. Let me know if the audio and visual is good, then we can crack on with this live stream. There is a hell of a lot to get through. So let me see. Slave to No Man is on here. Hi, John. Well, we got a donation. Check it out. That's from Gazfin. Why can't I comment on any live chats? I've got no idea. Um, it looks like we'll try again, but you're definitely the super chats come through. That's awesome. Let me see. All good. So Charlie, appreciate that. That's all good. Without that confirmation, we can't really continue, can we? So hell yeah, we've got lots of notes to get through. So before we crack on, just a few things. Thank you to 1,237 new subscribers in the last 7 days. That's awesome. So if you're new to the channel, I mean, obviously, if you've just subscribed, just to say that now this is my job because I lost my job in September. I'm not on benefits. The donations are available if you need to. Obviously, you don't have to. It's absolutely fine. Super thanks, super stickers, super chat on the live, PayPal on the live, and Ko-fi on the live. All of the links are below. And incidentally, PayPal and Ko-fi works on the replay, even though it's not live. So that is absolutely awesome. Also, some news. A lot of people have been contacting me via email. Incidentally, the email address is below this video, so please feel free to email me about anything that you're seeing and hearing that involves us preppers, not just in the UK, but all the way around the world. I'm getting emails from left, right, and Chelsea. It's bonkers. I'm not joking. I'm getting at least 50 emails a day. Yes, it's mental. It really, really is. I'm not joking. Mm. Coffee going down a lug hole right now because I need to stay awake because we got bombs to go through. So yes, the prepping courses, the dates are going to be released next week. Okay. I'm going to be hitting up with my buddy over the weekend, getting some dates to him, getting it on the website, and that is going to be available. So yes, I know. Thanks everyone who's emailed the bug out and myself about survival and prepper courses. The only prepper and survival courses in the UK, and we've checked everyone else doing survival courses, and I will be the cheapest. All right. Bear that in mind, okay? So, what should we do first? I think it's always cool to find out where you guys and girls are watching from right now. If you didn't know, I'm in the middle of Wales. I relocated last year. Sorry, the year before. Yeah, 2021. I think it was Halloween, pretty much the day before Halloween. So I've been here just over a year now, literally living on the side of a mountain, way out in the middle of nowhere. Yes, I've bugged out of the city, and I used to live down near Portsmouth on the south of England, but now rocking it in the middle of Wales. So all of you new guys, that's me, real quick. All right. So let's see where you guys are from. It always, wow. Wow, wow, wow. What 1,100 already in the chat. Wow, that's got to be a record. Seriously. Thank you so much for everyone taking your valuable time. And yes, time is very precious. So I seriously do appreciate it. Absolutely. The first person is, here we go, Cheshire Prepper Lass. She's a lash. And guess what? She's from Cheshire. Oh, yes. So that's cool. Norfolk, Eastbourne, nice. I've been to Eastbourne. Kent, the Garden of England. Mate, good strawberries down there. So let me see. What have we got? Liverpool, Blackpool. Wow, look at this. We got someone, Jean Roch Dion from Montreal over in Canada. Bonjour. Cornwall, excellent. I don't know if you can see that little Cornish flag behind my ear there. Yes, my partner is born and bred Cornwall. Happy days. North Paris, Devon. I love Devon. Don't tell my partner that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Carmarthenshire over in Wales. Hi, Morgan, 71. Who else have we got? Wow, look at this. Someone all the way from the United States of Kiss My Ass. Welcome, my friends. Brilliant. Really, really cool. Derbyshire, East Midlands. Look at this. New Zealand. Wow. That's 27 days in a tube full of farts to get there. Bonkers, bonkers. We got someone here we are from Edwards over in Florida. How's the weather in Florida? I'd be interested to hear. I bet it's a bit better than what it is in the UK. It's very windy and very, very wet. As I said in last week's live stream, okay, the first 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks of January will be mild, wet and windy, but definitely in the last week of January, mark my words, it will get a lot colder, okay? Like we've been warning before winter time, you need to get your preps sorted off grid because power cuts are coming. Whether you believe it or not, they are coming, and you don't want to be caught short when it's cold. I love that coffee. It's so good. Who else have we got here? Wow, look at this. Paul, all the way from Tennessee. Ha, expat. Hey, Paul, good to see you, my friend. That's so cool. You got someone else in Montreal. Isabel. There's someone else in Montreal, Isabel. Check out the chat. Hook up and chat. You probably just live around the corner. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Here we go. Look at this. Near Truro, Cornwall. Cornish Bob. Hey, Cornish Bob. Incidentally, Cornish Bob was kind enough to send that little flag behind me there. Awesome. Right, who else have we got? Wow, we got people from all over. This is insane. 1,327 in the chat. Don't worry if you're new to this, we will get onto the news soon, but I do this every week because I think it's very interesting to find out exactly where everyone is from watching this live, okay? Now check this, look at this. Stephen Parker, hi from Western Australia, or to make it short, it's called Straya. He's probably laughing at me right now. Check this out, here we go. North Cal, I'd say California, Sierra Nevada foothills. That sounds like a desert to me. It sounds very dry. Oh, check this out. We've got also Marianne from Nevada. Check it out. 2 people in the same spot. Well. We got someone in Dallas, Texas. Now, I've been saying this for months now. Texas is Zion. Texas is the last stand in America. May God be with everyone who lives in Texas. I love y'all. I love y'all. Absolutely. For president, do you know what? I've had a few people say I should go for PM. Can you imagine that? Ooh, change the world a little bit. Well, to be honest, the way I feel, I probably wouldn't be around for much longer. I'll probably get taken out for what I want to say. This is awesome. Someone from Spain. Now, do you know what? I had a question for someone living in Spain last week, but damn forgot what it was. Hi, that's awesome. Who have we got in here? Clacton on Sea, Falmouth. Wow, there we go. My partner was born in Falmouth. How cool. What we got here? Will survival courses be cheaper than the bug out? Listen, just to stop any weirdness, Lee employed me for the bug out. I was there for 9 or 10 months. That all come to an end, but I've been told I've got access to all the facilities at the bug out. So the idea is I bring people into the courses, and if people want to stay over, use accommodation, all of that's there already. It's a great little setup. And for those of you who haven't been to one of the prepping courses that I do, it's seriously, seriously cool. Now, don't worry, because there will be dates and information released next week about that, okay? I know I've had about 16 emails, people wanting to book on the courses already. So it is going to be a limited thing. I can do like 10 at a time, and I'm trying to do maybe 1 every 2 weeks, something like that, okay? So we can be 2, 3, and 4 day courses. So don't worry, there will be information coming on that. And will be cheaper than the ones at the bug out. well, it's the same price. You know, it's the cheapest in all of the UK. I've seen some bushcraft courses for like 3 days to be like £500. Insane. I think all I'm doing is £80 a day, which you won't find anywhere cheaper anywhere in the UK. So we try to help as many people as possible. That is the core through my stick of rock in my persona. We've got someone else who lost in Texas. Well, I think that's the second or third one so far. Awesome. All of these people abroad. It's insane. There you go. Someone from Carlisle, beautiful part of the world. If you love open spaces, Carlisle is a good place to be. Let me see. Another one from New Zealand. That's 2 so far. Awesome. I think this is BS. That'd be with the triangle. What, you on a dinghy? Awesome. There we go. Someone's up in Scotland. What a beautiful part of the world. 1,561 in the chat. Right. I think I could literally be here all night. So sorry, guys. I'm going to skip right down to the latest. And here we go. Someone else from New Zealand. How cool is that? Wow. Hey. Here we go. Matthew, big hello from Portsmouth, my hometown. Born and bred. Used to live in Cardiff Road, if anyone knows that, in Portsmouth. Yeah, that was my old stomping ground in there for a good 30 odd years. Right, so the next thing that we're going to go over is fuel prices. Now, can you let me know how much diesel is? I'm not too worried about petrol, but diesel. So just put down how much you're paying for diesel and roughly where you are or where you saw it. I think it's about, what, 172.9, something like that, where I am at the moment. So obviously that's come right down. Brent and crude's come down a little bit. We're going to go through live commodity prices real soon, just to give everyone a real live data capture of what the markets are doing right now. Okay, very important that these videos are kept online with these figures there, because it has been known over time for figures to be fudged. So this is a real, true, live data capture. So anyone is more than capable of looking at this and seeing the actual truth of what's going on. More coffee. So let me see what we got here. Coventry 171. Wow, that's cheap. 169. Where's that? Llanelli. That's from Sandy. Awesome. Wow. Check it out. Here we go. If you want to get stung, go to Fleet Surfaces. Yeah. You know exactly what I'm saying. Looking at this, that one looks like the cheapest, 163 at Bridge End. Wow, that's insane. Do you remember it wasn't that long ago where it was just under £2? But obviously, you go to services, it's always going to be a lot more than that. Absolutely insane. Wow, 1,645 in the chat, and we've only been on for 13 minutes. That is a live stream record for me. Amazing. Bodmin, check it out. Rex. Wow. So yeah, it looks like it's all under 180 on the average. Between, I'd say, 163 and 180 we're looking at across the entire UK. All right. Wow, look at this. Aberdeenshire 161. Douglas, wow, that's very affordable in this day and age. But let me tell you this, from what I've been looking into and some of the people I've been talking to, we are looking at big price hikes in fuel in February. Okay, I remember saying a little bit about this on the live stream last week, but it does look like this will fall into play. So if you have got the ways and means of storing fuel, diesel, petrol, okay, now would be a good time to get it. I don't really foresee the prices going down much lower than what they already are. And all indicators are pointing to sometime in February, the prices will jump. And do you know what? Back in the day, I remember when the fuel prices would go up like 1p and you'd notice it. You know, you'd be driving around, it's the same price for months, and all of a sudden it's a penny dearer. And sometimes that'd be enough to drive to the next petrol station because it was a penny cheaper. Do you know what? True story. I remember driving down to the bug out when I used to work there, and the next day it gone up 10 pence in one day. Okay. So you don't want to be caught out. Okay. Because 10p a litre, you're getting like 4 or 5 20-litre jerry cans. That is going to make a difference. All right. Don't forget the money you're going to save there, you're going to put onto preps like wheat, pasta, all that sort of stuff with rice and that sort of thing. So it's very, very important that we try and save as much money as we can going into the times that we're going into, because it ain't looking good from what I've been seeing. Oh, damn. That coffee, oh, excuse me. That coffee is seriously good. I really do need that. So, oh, look at this. I just saw something. Here we go. Now, in America, we're looking at $2.84. That's a gallon, I believe, which is what, between 4 and 5 liters in the UK. That's in North Florida. Wow. I'm guessing that's cheaper than most, but it's still more expensive than it has been over the last 10 years, I presume. All right. Do you know, I remember right at the end of 2019, fuel for diesel was under £1 a litre. That's how much it's changed. Yes, it's doubled in 2 years when it went up to £2. Insane. Right. Okay, then. So, now listen to this. Now, Born Outside, a moderator, awesome guy. I got an email from someone in the last few days. Like I said, I'm getting 50 or 60 plus a day, so it's very, very difficult to read them all. But I do remember one of them. It says, "Remember, folks, no one swears, as Funky's channel might get demonetized down the line." Do you know what? That's very true. I mean, I have been told that YouTube have updated their guidelines, policies, whatever you want to call that word. And what it is you can't use any swear words in the thumbnail, the title, or even say swear words in the live stream itself. So if I what the, instantly it will be demonetized. So I wouldn't earn any money from that. Don't forget, this is my job now, and all the money that I get is from YouTube. So that would really screw me over. So here we go. Now look what that guy's saying right there. Now, hell yeah. For sure, 100%. None of this, and I walk wherever I want in supermarkets. Word up, absolutely. So there you go. Oh, thanks. Yeah, don't swear, Brian. Some people. All right, let me see. Okay, then. So before I get carried away reading out all of your comments, honestly, I won't get anything done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly check. Whoa. Yeah, we got movement in the markets, you'll see. Right, okay, we're going to share the screen now, and we're going to go over live to see exactly what is going on in the markets. Now, if some of you guys invest, watch this. Currently 1,844 people in the chat. That's amazing. So we're going to go to the share screen now, and we're going to be seeing exactly what the markets are doing. Right, here we go. So we'll be looking at gold, obviously important. Well, check it out, $1,868 for 1 troy ounce of gold. Okay, now some people are saying that the price of gold here is going to absolutely jump. Okay, it is going to skyrocket. Well, it's moving now. Check that out. It's rising already. No, we don't like ads. You see the prices there. Look at the S&P as well. That's interesting. That's going up. That's recovering because that dropped the Dow and the Nasdaq. Wow, 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 wow. That's good to see. It's good to see that recovering because all of these along the top there were really struggling. Okay. So, right. Okay. We're going back to the base board now. So gold is what it is. We just said. Now silver, 23.89. Now, when we're looking at the price of silver, that really has been doing some crazy things of late. So let me see, one day, if you look at 1 month, you see what I'm saying. Look at silver in the last month. It went right down there. Wow, 22. And it went right up there to 24. It's just been jumping all over the place. Now you look at the 3 year, look at the price of silver. It is really gone all over the place. Insane. Really was insane. Look what's that down there at a low. Look at that. It closed at 12.63. That would have been a good time to buy. What a pivot point, because look at the steep incline there. Insane. Silver, in my opinion, will go bonkers. I think this year, a lot of people are saying this year it's going to go up. So if you're stacking, cool, keep stacking if you can find it. Don't forget the premiums are crazy, so you do have to shop around. Coal, look at this. Now I want to look into coal because the price of coal has been going nuts where I am. It's definitely gone up, but look at the wholesale price. It's gone down. So why is it then that the wholesale price of coal has come right down? It closed at 177. Wow. And it's peaked up there. Wow, look at that. 439. That's massive, massive changes in the coal market. But yeah, I think the last time I saw coal, I think it's £25 for 25 kilo sacks. That is the really good quality smokeless coal. Okay, insane, because it literally went up in 2 weeks. It was about £13 a bag. Now it's 25. They've actually withdrew it from sale at garages because no one was buying anymore. It just sat there for weeks and they didn't sell a single bag. So yeah, I feel sorry for the coal merchants buying it at a sky price and then they're sitting on it. They can't do nothing with it now because no one's going to pay for it. Anyway, we're going to go on coal, obviously. Well, that's gone down a little bit, which is a bit crazy considering we're in the winter period. Expect that price to go up. Brent is down and WTI is similar to crude. That's down as well. They're both under $80 a barrel. So the Brent, obviously, that has been doing some mad things. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for it. There we go. So what we got now, 1 year. Let's check out the max. Now this is scary when you see this. Look at the price of crude. Well, it's mental. Sorry, Brent oil. I do apologize. Yeah. 113 a barrel. And we're down to one. Wow, look at that. Yep, it's all changing. It's all changing. Aluminium or aluminum. Wow, that's gone down. That's pretty cool to see. Right, what else? Now we do want to be looking into food because without food we're dead. Corn seems to be in everything. So what is corn doing lately? That's gone down marginally as well. Wow. That's in 1 year. That's nuts. I think 6 months because that will take us up to and over the winter. So yeah, that's all down. Wow. It's hard to know what to believe because when you hear all these stories about yields being low, you expect the prices to go high because availability will change. That's interesting. Rice as well. I've been hearing lots of speculation about Pakistan and India with the output of rice. The exports have changed. And with that, that does seem to be reflective in the data because we're looking at a high, definitely prices going up in the rice market. Wow. Yeah, they're really up there. So yeah, I would advise get some rice before the prices reflect on what you see in the shelves. So that looks, I think wheat as well. We can definitely check wheat because wheat is in everything. Same as corn really. So most of us enjoy our bread. The price of wheat's gone down too. Wowee. That's in 1 year. Can you check that out? 3 years, but it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, look at that. So yeah, obviously when the issue started, look at it, it just went up and up and up. Now it's coming down. Interesting, very interesting observations there, what's happening in the markets. So yeah, that was that. Pretty crazy, eh? 1,843 in the chat. That's amazing. So we've checked the markets. That's gone through. So I've made some notes because there's a text that I got earlier. Right, this is from a good friend of mine. So nearly all you said about the new smart prisons is true. Also, some prisons are now being upgraded right now. So that's something I didn't really anticipate, okay? There's been lots of talk, like I mentioned in the last live stream, of 6 smart prisons earmarked to be rolled out in the UK. 1 is operational, 1 is almost operational, and the other 4 will be on live over the next 2 years, I think they said. But looking into this, they do look like they're upgrading the old Victorian prisons to these smart prisons. Now, when you appreciate the technology inside a smart TV and indeed your smartphone, yes, there is a lot of technology in there, which most of us just don't understand, okay? But let me say this. Every single thing that you do and say online is recorded pretty much forever. Okay, so everyone is on the file, every keystroke that they've put in. Yeah, it's crazy. God knows where I sit on that list for doing what I do. But, you know, I'm saying all this stuff for my son's future. Okay, so if people don't do anything, you know, I remember seeing memes when the issue was going on, and it was, oh, what did your mum and dad do when 2020 happened? You know, a lot of people just shut their mouth and done nothing. But to be honest, if you want to see big nasty change for the worst, sit down, shut up, and do nothing. All right. If you want to see some change, say something, do something. So that's why I'm doing this. Okay, it's my son's future. I don't want to just sit back and shut my mouth. No, but I do have to be very careful what I say on here. Yes, lots of people have told me to go on Rumble, BitChute, and all that sort of thing. But yeah, I've got a funny feeling about some of them platforms, to be honest. But there you go. As for the hotel, what's going on? This does have something to do with government stroke military. My XXXXX works from the MOD and has had to arrange transport for some of these places and deliveries too. But like most don't know exactly what's going on, it's all being kept in the dark. Now, when he refers to kept in the dark, if you're unaware of this, get a dictionary out and look into the word compartmentalization. I had to try and think then what it was. I think the coffee's starting to work, so I'm going to go hyper caffeine mode very soon. So the word count's going to rise. All right, so check it out. So yeah, compartmentalization, right? Compartmentalized, right? So basically, you've got a big building, all tiny little rooms. Everyone's told to do their own little job, not to question what's going on. The guy at the top who knows what everyone's doing, that's the guy with all of the power who knows everything. All of the little tiny rooms and the little tiny workers who just do as they're told. They only know what their little job is. But yeah, compartmentalization. That is exactly how and why all of this situation is going on. Lots of people are doing jobs, believing in some cases that they're doing the right thing. But when you stand back and look at the bigger picture, what they're doing is they're contributing to a true nightmare, which we could all be living in over the next few years. Okay. Scary stuff, I know, but it does appear to be heading that way unless something rapidly changes soon. So I got talking to a fuel delivery driver last week, and he told me a lot of what's being said about the shortages was lies. What's actually going on is they're restricting what's going out to pumps, but the main thing is some petrol stations have been told once they receive a delivery, they have to put the price up a few pence. When it is getting low, drop the price again. Interesting. So yeah, when you consider what is actually going on with the fuel prices out there. Now, I do know that our brothers and sisters across the pond in America have been experiencing lots of fear about diesel prices and diesel availability, I think, moreover. Okay, so if you guys are in the States and you're watching this live right now, or indeed even if you're watching this on the replay, you can use the comment section. And if you think you don't want to be seen publicly or whatever, you can always send me an email, and the email address is below this video. Okay, so that's, oh my goodness, I just noticed this. What's this? Wow, how do I get to put that on the screen? Sonia Slater, thank you very much for that donation. That's insane. Off topic, I've got to read this. Prince Harry needs to roll his, was it wokeness out of the US. We are sick of him, his lies and his wife. Sonia, you're free to say whatever you want to, okay? And thank you very much for that kind donation. That is a huge help. Like I said, this is my job now, and whatever money I'll get, that is all I have to, you know, feed my family, etc. So yeah, it all is very, very welcome. So yeah, you guys in America, there we go. What's going on here? Diesel prices are high because NATO militaries are stockpiling. Do you know what? That's not a bad point. You know, the military literally runs on diesel. So if you're seeing shortages in diesel and the amount of extra diesel being used in that region of what's going on over there, yeah, I think that would absolutely add to the reasons why we are seeing shortages. My two Pennyworth out recently locally, there was a few petrol stations which had no petrol or diesel. So I thought, well, and luckily it was only for a day or two in different locations. Okay, so maybe they run out and they're waiting for delivery. I don't know, but I did see some evidence of shortages with fuel. 2,162 people in the chat. Thank you very much for coming along. That's awesome. There we go. Bloody hell, hot sauce. Hey, Bo. Hope you're doing well, sir. Right. Well, to be honest, oh, where is it? No, it's gone. Sorry, I've missed that comment there. So yeah, that was a bit bonkers. Also, let me tell you this: when I went into my bank account today, because in a recent video that I've done, my advice, and you don't have to take it. I'm not a financial advisor, but I have been hearing a lot of emails from people, some in the financial industry, saying that they physically have been taking money out, cash, because there is fear, a lot of talk going around that cash could become hard to get out of your banks. So what little I do have in a bank, I've been £250 a day, which is what my ATM and my bank allows me to withdraw. I've just been withdrawing out every day, and I'm keeping the bare minimum in my bank just to cover the bills. Okay, so I'm using cash because I remember when Northern Rock happened and all them people queued up to get their money out. They were there for hours and hours and hours and hours, and some of them towards the end, they were told not to get their money at all and come back another time. And it has happened in the past. So, like I said in that video, and a lot of people have watched that video, over 20,000 right now, which is insane for just a couple of minute video. I would rather take the money out to be on a safe side, and if things start to look good, I might start putting it back in again. Okay, but I don't see any problem taking your money out of your bank account when there is a lot of speculation and risk all over the world, and from a lot of experts, not just some random guy on the internet, okay, that banks are in big crisis right now. So why wouldn't you take your cash out? That's my advice. And you are free to believe and do whatever you want with your money. I'm not telling you what to do. All I'm doing is saying what I've done and the reasons why. If you don't like it, tough. That's how it is. So that's what I've been doing. But yeah, when that happened, I went to check my bank account online today, and wow, it was like I almost had to set up a brand new account, and I had to double check, and it was legit. There was no hacking going on. Blah blah blah. I went through all of the security steps, and just basically restarted the whole app. All right, because it wouldn't let me do much. So if anyone else has had similar issues or similar things happen to their banking apps today or recently, can you let me know in the comment section? Send me an email or put it in the live chat if you're watching live right now. It would really, really help, because I would love to find out what is going on. All right, I believe I'm right at the bottom of this now. Expecting a big announcement from the FDIC United States. Yeah, I think they have big changes and stuff from the Fed around March. So yeah. In actual fact, I'm going to go into his email in a minute. All right, and this is all about central bank digital currency. And a recent video that I've done yesterday that went up, that has had big traction. Right, when the populace have been told that central bank digital currency is going to have a global rollout in 2025, only 2 years away. I am being told by 3 different people from different parts of the world that it's starting this year slowly, okay? Because there's no way. Can you imagine every single thing that you've ever done with money and cash and all of that sort of thing is to change overnight in 2025? Can you imagine the chaos? So they're doing it slowly. They're doing testing things. And when I read this email out in a minute from this guy, he believes that the UK is ground zero. So ground zero basically means this is where it's starting, this is where it's at. And if some of you guys don't already know about the NWO, which is literally rolling down the road right now, as soon as them Georgia Guidestones got taken out, that was it. It was like a fire button was pressed, and all of these changes to the unseen eye is happening randomly and weird. But no, it's all staged, it's all planned, it's all going to their plan. Don't forget, there's a lot of power, a lot of evil driving this, okay, and a lot of clever people on board with the agenda, if you understand my drift, okay. So yeah, there is lots of things coming down the road, right? So let me just see if some of you guys. Oh wow, check this out. This is from Joe. California is rolling out a test run on digital currency now. Well, it's in the news. Wow, 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 wow. So yes, it is looking a bit crazy. 2,349 in the chat. Thank you very much. Incidentally, I know some of you guys go to PayPal. So what I don't want to do is miss anyone out. Okay. What I should do actually is a lot of people donate on the replay during the week. So what I need to do is to start writing down the names of them people and credit them when I do the next live stream. Wow, let me see. Oh, that's good. This is from Sharon. Thank you very much for that donation, Sharon, on PayPal. The link below. That's awesome. Really appreciate that. That's cool. And wow, I don't know what that is. This is from DML HK dollars, Hong Kong. Is that Hong Kong dollars? Wow, gee whiz. Guy I know is in Mortgage Advice Centre. He's been informed from High that there will be an 8-fold increase in repossessions this year. Do you know what? Yes, that's another thing. I'm not sure if I mentioned it at the start of this video, but it is looking like the housing market is starting to fall in America. Okay, so it's usually it's the same old thing. What always happens, what starts in America, it literally goes around the world. So yeah, check this out. Wow. So there it is. Thank you very much for that donation, sir, as well. That is totally awesome. It seriously is. And yeah, it really does go to help. Now look at this. Crypto is going to zero. I have heard that crypto is going to be crashed this year too. Whether you love it or hate it, I don't fully understand it. I was told by some guy who's into crypto overseas in Europe, before you even think about using cryptocurrency, you have to become an expert in cyber security. You really do need to know yourself, not just do as you're told from someone else, especially if you don't know or trust them. You really do need to understand cyber security, because if you don't, it happened to a good friend of mine years ago. His digital wallet was cleaned. He woke up one morning, it was gone. Everything was at zero. He paid a firm to get that money back, and they couldn't get the money. They couldn't retrieve it. It was just completely vanished. He still had to pay them, so he's well out of pocket. So ever since I heard that story about digital currency or Bitcoin and all the others, there's no way I'm getting involved, especially with how volatile it looks right now. Oh, thanks for that donation. That's awesome. From channel to yours, thanks for all information. What's this? Prime of midlife. Wow, you do YouTube videos too. That's cool. I need to check that out. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a star on there. I don't know what that means, but it looks like it could be saved. So I need to check that out. That's awesome. Wow. Here we go. Look at this. New Zealand are trying to roll out digital ID right now. Yes, digital ID is all linked. Okay, it is totally linked. Everything is. In fact, I was reading an email earlier before I come on, and it's very difficult because I've been getting so many emails. It is insane. But you know what? Before I forget, and while we're on the subject, because it is easy to get sidetracked, I'm going to read you that email from that guy. Right, I've just got to read the beginning. It's very long. It's about 8 screens worth. Okay, 2,367. Please do not use my name nor publish. I can't say that. They will triangulate. Yeah, we're going to be going because I've got encrypted email and I use a VPN. So when it is sensitive stuff, I do migrate to that. Okay, just makes sense to me. So I'm going to try to read this out, and I'm going to have to miss out certain things because I do not want to implement this guy. Okay. I've worked in IT and data management for over 40 years. I recently watched your channel and have now subscribed because I appreciate honest men in tough times. Just a suggestion, but you might want to consider creating a parallel Rumble account. Lots of people are telling me to jump on Rumble. Well, hold on a minute. What's this? Oh, yeah. Wow, that's awesome. Right. Here we go. I am sending you this email to provide proof that CBDCs, central bank digital currency. Wow, look at this. Thank you very much for that donation. Sven? I'll probably butcher that name. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate it because it helps, keep us afloat doing this because it's crazy out here on this mountain, Here we go. This email to provide proof that CBDCs are real and they are planned to be implemented to some extent in 2023, 2 years before publicly known of the rollout, okay, which Rishi, where his stupid name is, said recently, okay. Now, I believe the UK will be ground zero, hence this email. Right. Now, I've got to be very careful what I say this because it is about a job. Right. I don't want to implement this guy because he said don't mention the job offer. All right. So we're not even going to go into that. He was in... Right. Okay. So I'm just reading through this because I'm serious. I don't want to implement this guy because people email me and really want to remain anonymous, and I completely get it. And do you know what? I've had some stupid troll idiots on here saying you should tell the people who they are and all of this anonymous. You could make it up yourself. Do you think I'll make this up myself? Honestly, people who have been watching me since 2012, right? And there's a lot of people on here right now, and in the comment section below this video, they will tell you, right, that this is a non-BS channel, right? You can ask any one of them and they'll tell you. So if you're new to it and you think I'm making all this up, you're bonkers. You're absolutely bloody bonkers. Right. Something about the Canadian government, industry rates, different prices and projects. They will probably not deliver their CBDC on time rather than around 2028 timeframe. That's in Canada. Anyway, central bank digital currencies are real. She said they are planned to release some component of this system starting in 2023 and then ramping up over the next several years. It would eventually replace cash, in brackets, which matches blah, blah, I can't say that. The fact that they would roll it out slowly means to me that they would force it through government programs and the revenue tax system at first, but then slowly phase out cash and make everyone dependent on this system. Eventually, they will add biotechnology. All right, this is what I started to say when I had my banking app this morning. And if I try and remember, I'll tell you about that after reading this email out, okay? Yeah, eventually they would add a biotechnology for increased security of identification based on fear of cyber crime. Now, can you see where this is going? Okay, when you think of everything which is online, everything that needs energy, electricity to run, can be hacked, right? Like I said, if you're a serious, well-versed expert in hacking and cyber crime and cyber security, you'll be fine. If you're nowhere near that, like 90% of the global population are, you are literally going to be at the mercy of whatever gets rolled out on electrical and especially smart software items, okay? Well, fascinating because I truly understand how these computing systems are designed, for example, usable by all these particular country, even those without a bank account or access to cellular phones, without some sort of physical identification attached to oneself, a chip or other implant. Now, how many of us have heard of the mark of the beast, the RFID chip, like a grain of rice, etc.? Now, there's been lots of speculation of the technology which was put into that stuff. Okay, so just saying, this goes deep, and it isn't no bloody weird theory. All right, it really is not. If you believe in that, then you seriously need to go back to school and start reading up on this stuff before you start throwing comments saying it's all BS. It's not. You need to do this for years. I started looking into this in 2008. All right, a long time. I've not watched telly since then. I've spent all of my time reading, putting together pieces of the puzzle. So some of you guys who woke up in 2020, full of that QAnon stuff and all the rest of it, that's a psyop. It's all BS. I'm sorry, piss on your bonfire, but that's how it is. Oh, I hope I didn't say a naughty word and got demonetized there. Control, eh? Anyway, I digress. Without some sort of physical identification attached to oneself, a chip or other implant, they know using a bio-identification such as a handprint is still breakable. And the only thing that will stay unbreakable and totally safe will be a chip. All right. Designed by them and implanted into the body, it will be hack-proof using some sort of blockchain technology. Using this implant will enable everyone, including people without bank accounts and even the homeless, to utilize their technology. Do you want to hear more? Scary stuff. Right, and this is just around the corner. This isn't like 20 years away. Don't worry about it. This is rolling down the road at a rate of knots right now. 2,413 people in the chat. That's awesome. Right, I read on more from this guy. Okay, even more scary. The CBDC should continue to work even during electrical power and network outages. This means that all your digital information must be attached to you personally and in recorded encrypted form on your body, possibly in the chip. When there is no power nor network access, the chip will serve as an offline processor / buffer, much like your bank machines, ATMs. How they work today. You can function normally, but they are limited in scope of function, capability, and limits. Further on the blah, 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 this is to do with machine learning and AI, okay? This guy is pretty much an expert in that, okay? I can't really say too much more about this email, but that's just a real brief thing, okay? This means machine learning and artificial intelligence will need to be built into the system. This guy has designed complex ML and AI systems in the past. You can only speculate for what reason and why AI can be applied to the central bank digital currency, but look at China and see how they are implementing it. Yes, we remember seeing publicly in 2020 what was going on in China. And let me tell you, at the rate of production, producing all of these biometric reading, scanning devices and cameras and facial recognition software, they was making thousands and thousands every hour. Okay, they've probably been shipped all around the world now. And if you remember when I said on a recent video that they are planning and installing CCTV cameras on every new lamppost, which is going to be installed all over the UK, right next to that little 5G antenna on the top of every single streetlight in the UK. That is the plan. Most of us know about the smart grid. Okay, so the smart grid, you're looking at every house to have a smart meter, whether you like it or not. Outside every house, you're going to have a nearby streetlight. On there's going to be a small antenna that sends and receives information to and from your smart meter, connected to IoT, which is Internet of Things. Every single thing in your house will be sending and receiving signals to and from your smart meter, your smart fridge, every item that's in it, your kettle, how much water's in there, how often it's used, when you turn the lights on, when you turn it off. Everything will be Wi-Fi and Bluetoothable to your smart meter. That information will be picked up via the streetlight. It will be sent to a central connection point that will then be put onto a tower and going up to satellites and beamed wherever. That information is going to go somewhere and going to be used by someone for all sorts of weird reasons. Pretty much goodbye privacy. Okay, the only way that this isn't going to happen is the people to say no. End of story. Okay. I recently, if I can find it somewhere, someone said about a smart meter, and they're really pushing that everyone has that. Okay. Anyway, I'll keep on digressing. We've got to try and get through this email. Here we go. Back to AI. Things like geofencing, 15-minute cities, which we spoke about on a recent live stream, ESG integration, limiting transaction using social credit scores, and other like systems are all being designed into these central bank digital currencies. If you don't know by now, in understanding this, then you seriously got some homework to do. All right, let's not, don't take it personally, but yes, there is a lot of information to go through. Okay. Although these features are most likely will be turned on immediately, they will be released publicly in steps over time. So yeah, it's like a drip feed. You know, you start throwing big things at the public, guess what? They all kick off and get unhappy and trash the place, and that's what they don't want. So they do it slowly. And there's so many different things going on at the same time. It's very difficult to pinpoint exactly what is going on, but that does appear to be the case. Okay. For what it's worth, and this person sometimes think blah blah blah. Yeah, I can't read that out. Here we go. You are correct, what I said, in the fact that once this is implemented, the central bank digital currency, you will have lost your personal rights and freedoms, since you will not be able to buy or sell without using central bank digital currency. This is a scary thought. See Book of Revelation. Most of us have read the Book of Revelation, and yeah, I know some good Christian folk who are too scared to read that, because it is, you know, once you look into that stuff, yeah, just think to yourself the worst possible thing you can ever imagine, and think about someone's already done that and worse. Yeah, hell yeah. Right. The only way to fight this is for people to not accept it, but your choice to not accept it, the central bank digital currency, somehow create a parallel transacting cash or other system. I don't know. It's a simple solution, but people must decide not to accept it in any way, shape, or form. All right. Anything to do with central bank digital currency, you need to do your best to not take part in it, not comply in it one iota. All right. Do not say yes, no matter what, and spread it around. Let lots of people know about what's coming down the road. Okay. Because I guarantee you, there's lots of people. You walk up to people in the street, and they won't have a Scooby-Doo clue about CBDC, right? However hard it might be, people must use a form of payment, barter, gold, silver, etc. Yes, we've been saying that for a long time on this channel now, absolutely, and I agree with that. But by getting this information out, you are planting seeds in people's minds on how to beat the systems. Thanks in advance for all your great videos. So yeah, that was the email sent to me by that guy. Okay. Oh, sorry, I've just missed this. Peter Carlson, thank you very much for that, sir. That's awesome. Right, let's just go through some of the chat now. 2,471. But yeah, before I forget, going back into that banking app, right? Once I set up everything, because it did seem to sort of had to be reset, which I thought was weird. The first thing I thought was scam, all that sort of thing. So I backdoored it and checked, looked into it, and I went in there, and there's only stuff that I would know, and it went through, it restarted, it's all good. And I've contacted the bank, and they said, yep, there's no problems at all. They said they're restarting lots of their applications for security purposes. So I'm thinking, wow, with me talking about all of the stuff about getting people to get money out of their bank account if they wanted to, I wasn't telling them, I'm just saying that's what I'm doing, do what you want. And the very next day, this happens with my banking app. So once I set it all up, it is almost like it wouldn't let me go any further to get access to my bank online unless I provided biometrics. So it wanted a picture of my face, and it wanted my fingerprint. And it was like, no way. But let me tell you this much. right? Now think about this. I really want you to think about this. At some point, you will need to carry on online banking. Okay, it's a very, very, very difficult thing to come up with. I say no to that pretty much. Okay, and it's very difficult because when you see, and I've gotten emails from people all over the country, they go into the high street, and where there is where is an ATM present, it's been gone, it's been taken out, or sometimes they go up to it, sorry, out of service, and it's been like that for weeks. I understand some ATMs may go out of service for a couple of hours, maybe a day, but for weeks, and they're still down. Some of them have been removed altogether, and you can see brand new brickwork in place of where them ATMs were. If you don't know what ATM is, automated teller machine, in other words, cash point. Okay, so we're talking about cash points if you don't understand. All right. So yeah, cash points are disappearing, they're limiting in numbers, and when you are being harassed and drip fed into the idea that you won't be able to use any online banking without submitting a picture of your face. So your face will be scanned of all of its features, unique features, and biometrics by your fingerprint. My problem is with that is I believe anyone, anywhere, it doesn't matter who they are, okay? If you're the most wealthiest man behind the scenes in the world, someone somewhere is capable of hacking into your data and taking stuff away, copying it, whatever, all right? So my question is all of this online submission of facial recognition identification, biometrics via fingerprint identification, all of that can be hacked and stolen and used, okay? So if someone gets your fingerprint in your face out of your phone somehow, and trust me, there is technology out there right now, has been for years, which can do it with ease, all right? They will literally get access to all your funds and rinse your account. Yeah, doesn't matter if you got £20 in your account, 20,000, 200,000, whatever it is, you wake up and it'll be gone. So it is a scary thing. So if some people were questioning my decision to withdraw cash out of my bank and leave a minimum amount in there, that's why I prefer to have cash. I know it's fair, I know how it works, but I'd rather have that on my person than leave it in an account for someone to hack into that, take it away. Take all of your biometric IDs and data, and please don't start telling me that it's secure and it can't be hacked. Everything is hackable, everything, okay? So there you go. Check this out. Grow your own food, save your seeds, be self-reliant. There you go, Snowdonia Hideaway. I hope you're in Snowdonia. I plan to get up there at some point. Be nice to catch up, hang out, dude, seriously. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. Like the guy said, the more self-sufficient and self-reliant you are, right, the less all of this technology crap is going to come down the road and bite you on the ass, okay? The more you can survive without money, the better your chances of survival and gaining your privacy and freedom, okay? If you don't value your privacy and freedom, just do as you're told. That's it in a nutshell, pretty much. Do you know what? I should make it into a t-shirt one day. What do you think? Yeah, I think that's a cool thing. Right, what else have we got on the notes wise? Also, yeah, now this come to me literally just before I went on air, and I made a quick note of it. Now, do any of you guys remember an actual physical newspaper all over the United Kingdom called For Light? Light, For Light newspaper. People who distribute those en masse as well. And this person sent me an email literally just before I come on air, said they haven't seen any copies of the Light newspaper anywhere for a few months. Now, can any of you guys let me know in the chat live, in the comment section underneath this video, if you're watching on a replay, or indeed send me an email, because I am a bit of a fan of that newspaper, okay? And it'd be interesting to see and read what you guys are experiencing as regards for Light newspaper. So that would be good. Also, I remember saying this on the live stream. Where is it? Wow, something's happened. Right. Is everything okay? Can you hear me now? It just come up with something went wrong and it all shut down. Even the webcam went off. Um, all right. Can anyone tell me if this broadcast is still reaching you guys? I'd like to know. I do appreciate. Yes, it's beer o'clock, and I do appreciate your lag. Right. You're back. Right. Cool. Yeah. That's very, very strange. That's never happened on a live stream before. Right, cool. So we're good. We're clean and green. Nice. I shouldn't have mentioned that newspaper. Whoa. Just imagine. Maybe that's the key word because that does happen. Um, I'm just looking through all good now. Yes. Well, no one's mentioned that newspaper on there. Wow. Oh, okay. Now, someone said it's online. Now, Stephen, can you tell me if there's any possibility that that paper will continue to be in a physical form, i.e. paper? That'd be good. All right, all right, all right. I'm not going to mention that. I've never had that happen in the live stream, okay? We got 2,300, so a few people's dropped off. Well, I hope you come back because that was nothing to do with me. It was a complete glitch in the matrix. So without further ado, especially if you're new, we got over 1,200 people that joined in last week. What we like to try and do in this community here is we like to have a drink. All right. And today we'll be having some Bishop's Finger. We're having some of that. Right. So we'll be using our really cool handmade bottle opener. Getting them open. King George, genuine pint pot. Yeah, that fire's looking lush. How about that? And it's 9 o'clock. It's time for perfect pour time. Oh, can you hear that? Can you hear them crisp bubbles just popping gently as they fall gracefully into the slanted, heavy-weighted glass? Oh man, do you know what? I should start writing books in. Every night I read my 5-year-old son a story, and every single night it's a different, original, completely made-up story, and I genuinely love it. So, no matter what happens, right here, right now, we are having a beer or something. All right. Cheers, everybody. Mm. Whoa. Do you know what? I just realised maybe I shouldn't have done that because I've been on antibiotics for 3 days now. And yeah, bad tooth again. Complete nightmare. Trying to get a dentist out in Wales. Well, you got more luck platting sawdust. Literally, all right. If you want an NHS dentist in Wales, or indeed anywhere, it might not just be Wales, but it's definitely what I'm experiencing. You'd be better off platting sawdust. It's that bad. So I've had to dig into my preps, which makes us preppers. We always need to make sure that we've got stuff. And one of my preps was antibiotics. Unfortunately, I just finished all that I had of antibiotics, and I've got no more in stock. And do you know what's really hard? Trying to find antibiotics from anyone. Can't find any, even in America. Now, I used to believe that you can go into most shops and buy antibiotics off the shelf. Okay, whether it's behind the counter, I don't really know. But yeah, trying to get antibiotics is a complete nightmare. And I have been told that friends of mine, they've been on holiday to India and they buy them out there and bring back loads. Okay, it's all exactly the same stuff. All right. There you go. Amoxicillin is exactly what I've been taking, right? Anything for a toothache, that is an absolute go-to, all right? Some of you guys have had toothaches before, and trust me, I've had loads in my life, and that's the only thing which stops the pain and it kills the infection. I've tried everything. I've tried so much herbal stuff, right? It masks it, it numbs it. It's mostly clove. It tastes rank, but it does not kill the infection. I've tried doing 15 strong solution saltwater gargles and holding in my mouth every single day for a week, and it did nothing. I'm sorry, but antibiotics amoxicillin is the only thing I found to actually kill the infection. All right. So yeah, anyway, oil pulling helps apparently. Right. There we go. No glitch. I bet they did that on purpose. Makes you think, doesn't it? Like I say, there's only so much I can talk about on this platform about this sort of stuff. And yes, lots of people, please don't keep on, but lots of people say, oh, go to BitChute and go to Rumble and all the other places. Thing is, though, you must be aware that all of those platforms are heavily monitored and data is being received. And I don't want to be the guy walking down the high street with my family to just be bundled into a transit van and driven off somewhere, because that's what's going to happen to people like us saying this sort of stuff, right? So whether you like it or not, I believe that this information needs to get out there. And at some point, maybe, yes, we're all going to be slowly taken out. But it doesn't matter what platform we're on, whether it's Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, okay, all of the people, saying deeper stuff than me, they will all be taken out in time, guaranteed. All right. So I'm pushing it to the line, but I'm not crossing the line and going too crazy. As much as some of you guys try to email me, get me to say this, this, and this, and I just won't. Okay. I've got a family to think of. Okay. If I was single and I had nothing to lose, man, I wouldn't give a monkey's rat's ass. I'll be saying everything. But you've got to look at it from my perspective, right? I'm saying as much as I can get away with, right, without putting my family at risk. So if any of you guys don't agree with that, go jump off a bridge and stop banging my tunes about it. Here we go. Enough of that. So, right, what else are we going to go into? We looked at all of this stuff that's coming down the road, where you look at the title of the video suggests, and you are looking at a perfect storm, right? You think about it, you sit back, right, and you look at all of this written down here like I've got, and you think, wow, all of this is happening at the same time. Now, some people believe that all of this is a big coincidence. I'll suggest I would guess a lot of you guys would probably be in agreement that all of this is linked and all of this is planned. Nothing is coincidence. But believe it or not, there's people out there that think, oh, this has got nothing to do with that. That's got nothing to do with this. What's he got to do with that? When you spent all them years since 2008 reading and watching and listening and connecting the dots yourself, then you will realize absolutely all this is linked. Okay. If you've just started waking up to all this in the last 6 months or year and you think you know it all, no. You've just literally touched the entrance to the rabbit hole. You start going down there, right? Since 2008. There's people been doing this for a lot longer than me, all right? Now, I'm only saying about 30% of what I know. There's no way I'm going to talk publicly about the other 70%. No way. Trust me, I know a lot of stuff, and I know some of you guys too, right? It's not a Billy Big Bollocks thing. It's the truth, okay? I'm just telling you how it is. So yeah, I've got to be careful drinking that large, strong ale on top of antibiotics, but it is what it is. Just quickly, 2,300 in the chat. Oh man, you guys are awesome. Right, I need to check, like I say. Let's put that in there. Right. Cool. Right. So what was we talking about? Yes. ATM closures. Can you let me know if you've seen any cash points closing where you are? Now, I have got a friend in the outskirts of Birmingham, and he was saying that loads of them are shut down and they've not reappeared. All right. So when you start looking at the reduction of cash outlets, ATMs, now it doesn't really matter, right? Whether it's one of those where you got to pay £1 to use it inside some Indian convenience store, right? It doesn't matter if it's outside Tesco's and it's free. All ATMs are ATMs in my book. And it'd be interesting to know, I did do some data on this a few months ago about how many ATMs were currently in service, but this was early 2021. Be interesting to see what that figure is now. Now, I honestly can't remember off the top of my head how many operational ATMs are currently in the UK and working. But yeah, there is lots of people telling me that they are losing their ATMs. Here we go. 18,000 less than in 2014. Thank you, Richard. I do believe I did have some figures around that area in a few live streams ago. I just wish I could remember it all. So the thing is, I make notes of what I talk about. Well, as soon as the live stream is uploaded and I've checked it and it's done, all of them notes get burnt in the fire. Okay, leave no trace. Always a good thing. So what else have we got in here? So yeah, ATMs, they are falling and failing. Inflation is rising. Okay, you have to be mad not to see it. And do you remember me saying a few live streams back now? This was, I think it was November, early November last year, that in January, right, the energy prices will go up again. Okay, so I would say as from the 1st of February, it's either going to be the 1st of February or the 1st of April. I can't quite remember. I think it was January, actually. So they've probably gone up now or about to go up soon. But mine hasn't changed. So I'm suspecting next month or the end of this month, it should go up. Okay. So if you want to expect a shock, check out your energy bill sometime this month or next month. All right. And it just means that you've have to find more money to get by. Okay. Right. Yeah, honestly, reading the chat, you guys are awesome. So yeah, inflation's going up, obviously. Power cuts. Now, funny enough, we had 4 power cuts. I think it's about 3 days ago. I think it's 3 days ago. It's been very hard because since my wristwatch failed, I've got no watch and it's struggling to remember what date it is because I don't want to keep getting my phone out of my pocket to check the date and the time every time. So I just forget. So yeah, it's about 3 days ago. Power went off, went ching, just completely went. But it was only for a couple of seconds. Now listen to this. The power went off for about 2 seconds. It all went quiet and dark, as you would expect. Then we heard a big rumble of thunder. Wow. And in about half an hour, 45 minutes later, the power went off again. A couple of seconds, then another rumble of thunder. This happened 4 times within an hour, hour and a half maybe. So it just goes to show, obviously, from what I remember, you know, when you was a kid and you would see a flash of lightning and you would count. And then when you heard the rumble, that would roughly tell you how many miles away the storm was. So looking at that, the storm was only about 2 miles away from the second distance it was. Whether this is BS or not, but this is what I understand from as a kid, right? So yeah, this stuff was going on and the power was going off. But I'm thinking, how much protection do these substations need in the event of lightning? Okay, so we're talking substations, we're talking earth straps, grounding, transformers, everything else, resistors that are in line. All of that stuff needs to be in place with capacitor upgrades too. And if you guys know about electricity, you will understand what I'm saying. If that's not in place, guess what? Every time a bit of lightning comes away, poof, all of your power goes off. It's not too much of a problem for me, but let me tell you this much. Most batteries, right, in laptops and computers, when powers go, there could be big problems, especially if you're working on a project and data, etc. Maybe not laptops with batteries, but definitely if you've got a computer plugged into the mains, you could literally lose a lot of work. All right. So yeah, power cuts. Let me see. This is from Adrian. When I had a power cut last year, I had an automated phone message saying it was unscheduled, meaning there are going to be scheduled ones at some point. Yeah, we've discussed this. In fact, there's a government website you can go on there and it will tell you in code, when you look at your bill, it will have a letter on your bill and you cross-reference that and it will tell you the dates and the times where there's going to be scheduled power outages. If you understand that. So yes. Oh, I just see. Oh, it's just gone. There it is. Prepper Granny, good to see you. Awesome. Yeah, that's very true. And in fact, I do that when I'm working on my laptop. Oh, excuse me. It's an old laptop, right? And the battery's failed on it years ago, so it has to be plugged into the mains all the time. And because of that, and how aware I am of the power situation that's coming down the road, it's like every 30 seconds, whatever you're doing, just save it. just save it, just save it, just save it. So if you keep up with that sort of skill set, okay, if you do lose something, you're only going to lose 30 seconds worth, which isn't too much of a thing. If you're inputting data on your computer and it's a day's worth, imagine all that going, bro, you're going to be sick. And in fact, if any of you guys are on Instagram, okay, I suggest going to Instagram and putting Prepper Granny UK and go and follow her. She's awesome. Okay, she spends a lot of time, energy, and effort doing really good, interesting posts on her Instagram account. Okay, and she is the woman. God bless her. She originated Women Who Prep UK, the hashtag, and you know that has been growing, which is really good to see. Incidentally, there is a lot of women joining the channel. In fact, we're going to have a live look right now, and because the stuff the stuff is insane what you can do with YouTube now. So let me see. Okay, so if I look at audience, and we're going to go down gender, there we go. In the last 28 days, 31.8% of my audience is female. There you go. I don't know if you can see that on the screen. Why is it blurry? There you go. Honestly, these webcams are okay, but they're not very good at focusing. So yeah, look, that is what I'm getting on this channel in the last 28 days. And look at the over 65-year-olds. Nearly 20% of all of my audience are over 65. And do you know what that does? That fills my heart with so much joy, you would not believe it, okay? Absolutely respect people who have been through the mill over a long period of time, okay? We've got a lot to learn from them, guys. Right, so there we are, deep in the bunker. Dilly. Love you, dude. Gigolo. Say what? Well, you say that to my partner, man. She will cut your throat wide open, sir. Right, anyway, enough of chit chat BS. Yes, also, when I've been saying about, now this is the hot topic of how do I say it without offending or causing grief? Should we say people from far shores ending up on this soil? I think we all know what I'm trying to say, okay? That is putting a huge strain on everything. Everything. Think about it. The NHS for one, okay? The NHS, literally, like I said in the video yesterday, the NHS is on its knees, okay? And to be honest, it has been for a long time. But it's getting to that point so bad. I mean, I have had tons of emails since the release of that video I put up yesterday. If you haven't seen that, look at my channel. There's a video about the NHS dead, or whatever it was I called it. Big problems, okay? I've got insiders telling me exactly what's going on. And lots of that was shared publicly. I'm glad it is. I've been contacted by media wanting me to do an article, and with the sources that I used for them to go in there and tell them. So it's something I'm still mulling about. I don't deal in the mainstream media. I've been contacted so many times from Channel 4, from Sky News, from The Independent, from Times on Sunday was another one. They wanted to do an interview with me. The BBC, and it's like, nah, no way. No way. I've been on the TV a long time ago, and the way they portray us preppers, I'm not getting involved in anything to do with the mainstream. Okay, they make us out like nutcases, and we know we're not. So I don't want the general public thinking that we're all nutcases. So I'm not taking part in any of that BS. So yeah, people say I'm in it for the money. Yeah, if I was, guess what? You would have seen me all over the news and TV and radio programs for years. And have you? No. There's a reason for that. I'm not going down that road. Not a chance. So we're looking into all of them extra people in there, putting a massive drain on NHS. Okay, crime is going up, and there has been a lot of harassment with young ladies or girls in the UK from some of these people, should we say, right? Without trying to offend or upset anyone, there's been a lot of that going on. Okay, because lots of these people hang outside hotels. fast food outlets, go to the local towns, and they're always in groups. They're never ever alone. Okay, now, that is a military thing. Okay, back in my days in the military, where you went shore leave, where you went down to town, you never ever ever go on your own. In fact, you was told never to go out, especially drinking on your own in the military. Same things happening here, guys. They're all out there. They're all in groups. They have a few drinks, etc. And we've got our 15, 16-year-old girls going out of a night time, having a good time. Big problems are happening, okay? And it's only a matter of time before something kicks off. And it is going to be recorded, and it's going to be made public and shared for all of us to see, okay? There probably is footage of it already. I've not looked into it, but I would like to think, I'm guessing that that is available somewhere for people to see. I really do believe that that sort of stuff is going on, not seeing it in the mainstream. And I wonder why that is. I'll let you think about that one. So yeah, crime is on the rise, and I think that is adding to it. Okay, it's definitely cranking up the power with all of the people getting really upset in this country of what they're seeing. All right, they really are had enough. I've had enough, and I don't even live in the city. In fact, recently I went to Hereford around Christmas time. Whoa, it's incredible, the changes. It really is. It's scary. So yes, you're looking at the power cuts, the ATM closing, inflation rising, and the Bank of England are saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to stabilise that." In fact, Rishi has said so much recently, okay, and there's no way he can back up any of that. Okay, so just letting you know, right? If you believe that guy and you've got faith in him, God rest your soul, because you're going to need all the help you can for trusting and following that. Beep. All right. Yeah. Also, yeah, someone said it looks like it's kicking off between Serbia and Kosovo. Also, there are big tensions growing in Israel. I've heard reports of Mount Sinai and Hermon. There's lots of stuff, interesting stuff going on there. And yeah, there's been some stuff going on inside Iran as well. In fact, it does, when you look at it, it's all of it. The Russia, Ukraine, China and Taiwan, that is starting to bubble again. Serbia and Kosovo, it looks like it's starting or about to start. Israel and Iran, man, honestly, I remember a wise old man telling me a long time ago, it doesn't matter what's going on all around the world, whether there's conflicts here, conflicts there, keep your eyes on Israel, okay? Just keep your eye on what's happening in Israel. That's all I'm going to say, all right? If you don't know what I'm talking about, trust me, just see what's going on in Israel, all right? Seriously bad. North and South Korea, obviously, they are really pushing things out there now. There's something going to be boiling over at some point this year, guarantee that one. So when you think of all of these warring tensions that are going on, wars and rumors of wars, right? The UK fighting men, and with that word, I'm not going to say it, but it's a two words, okay? Yeah, there's some stuff going on there. Crime is on the rise, and I've known definitely the muggings have gone through the roof in Birmingham. Now, if you're in a city or an urban environment, can you let me know where you're from? And what are you seeing with crime? Are you hearing things? Are you hearing like fights breaking out, people getting burgled, stabbings, all of that sort of thing? Now, some of this is reported in local newspapers, fine. But I would suggest that whatever the local newspaper supports, no matter where you are, they're literally just scratching the top. So if they say, oh, someone got stabbed yesterday, yeah, you pretty much, if it's a big urban environment, you can add another 9 onto that, right? Just to give you an idea. The reason I say that, yeah, look at that, the power's just gone off again. Did you see that? Are we still live? I hope we are. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, it is definitely. I'm saying some things here. I think it looks like they're trying to shut me down. That's scary. That's twice now. Right, what time we got? We got 5 minutes before the end anyway. So, okay, it's looking crazy. New draconian laws to arrive in the UK this year. Yes, there is a lot of laws, as we have mentioned in previous live streams, coming into power in April, okay? April is going to be the big month to look at. There is going to be massive changes to laws within the UK starting from April. Why do you do that? April Fool's Day, okay? Well, apparently that is the first day of the real calendar. Okay. Yeah. Some people might be aware, some people probably won't. But when you think January is the first day of the calendar, no, spring, when all of the flowers burst into life. It's the start of the year. Okay. Look at October. Oct. OCT. What is oct? It's 8. Set. Hmm. Whoa. There's gremlins in the house. Are you guys here? Yeah, it looks like, the information I'm talking about is not being well received on here. It looks like I'm back. Thumbs up if it is. Wow. So we've had a miniature power cut again. We've been taken offline twice, and that's never ever happened before. The power did go out 5 minutes before a live stream once when I had to use one of my power bank things, which powered the entire live stream, by the way. So yeah, whoa. There's some things going on, isn't there? So yeah, going back to the calendar real briefly, okay? Yeah, Oct is that number, Sept is that number, April 1st is the first day of the calendar, but we've all been brainwashed. So if we take that into account and look back over years and what's supposed to happen in 2012 and all this sort, also another weird thing, the amount of emails, I've got a few emails now. When I mentioned on a live stream about all of my analog clocks being out by 5 minutes, turns out I'm not alone. It turns out a lot of people have experienced, probably a month ago now, maybe around that time, within the last 2 months, have any of you had to change their clocks and update it to whatever your phone says? Because the phone's always right? Okay. Analog wristwatch, clocks up on the wall, which is battery, and you turn around. What is the chances that all 7, right, clocks and watches all being out by 5 minutes at exactly the same time? Now, if you're a betting man and you walked into a bookies and you said that, imagine the odds you would get. All right. Well, I've had a few people say, no, that always happens. Oh, really? Well, it's never ever happened to me in my entire life that I know about. And I'd like to know if any of you guys are experiencing weird things, losing 5, someone said 10 and 20 minutes they've lost through analog and digital times. Weird stuff. Weird stuff. Oh, here we go. Look, yes, my clock was 5 minutes slow on New Year's Eve. Wow. Other people probably am hitting a nerve, bro. Yeah, for sure. Bloody insane. Here we go. Check this out. Yeah. If you don't know, yeah, the magnetic north is moving around like crazy, and it's weird because when you track it and you look at what the magnetic north pole has been doing over the last, I'll say, 20 years. Look at it and look at the rate of change every year. It's moving further every year. Now that is not a good sign. Hell of a not a good sign. Okay. Hold on. What's this? It's in capital letters. Go on, Canadian prepper. Yeah, do you know what? I watch Canadian Prepper now and again. He just talks too much about what's going on in Russia and Ukraine, and I believe that's a big sideshow. I think it's got no relevance whatsoever in what's going on that affects us. So I don't even care what is going on in Russia and Ukraine. I don't care. I've not looked into it. I've not given any energy to it whatsoever. All right? No. So yeah, crazy. So yeah, time is changing, guys. Lots of things are changing. So you look at inflation, debt, the stock market. Now, the housing market in America is on the brink of a downturn. Okay. Now, usually, when the housing market in America starts to do this, it starts to ramificate around the UK. When you start to see like one house out of 7, right, dropping its prices for a quick sale, yeah, it won't take long for that to tumble quick. And when the housing market tumbles, just you watch what happens in the stock market. Okay. big time. Look at all of the fiat currency that they're pumping into the system with quantitative easing. Look at all of the free money that they're giving to people. Look at 2020. Look at all those furlough payments. Look at all that free money that was just created, given to us. And then guess what? It's all got to be paid back with interest. And guess what we're seeing 2 years later? All of the prices are going up. So all of the stuff that we're getting this year, all of these amazing energy payments, right? It's all got to be paid back at interest. And every year, every 18 months, every year and a half, everything will jump up in price, okay? The central bank digital currency rollout is going to be publicly finalized in 2025. Like we've been hearing from Intel recently, the rollout is starting this year, slowly, sporadically, in different parts of the world, okay? It's going to be tested, test grounds. Data will be fed back on all sorts of things about the initial rollout of CBDC, and it is on its way, okay? So you've literally got between now and 2025 to get the items which you feel you need, which you probably won't be able to get easily in and after 2025. That would be my advice to you, especially if you're new to prepping. If you've been prepping, I mean, I started prepping in 2012. I woke up in 2028 and I spent 4 years heavily, solidly researching into all of this stuff which is going on right now. I become aware of it after 4 years of research. Then I started prepping. That's how serious I believe the world was going. And yes, it's changed my life. I've moved house 5 times in 5 years. Everything's gone crazy, and I'm spending every spare penny on useful items, okay? And there's no way I'm keeping a large amount of money in the bank account for it to just disappear or get hacked or whatever. Change your money, your finances, spread your bets, put them in different banks if you feel you need to. Invest in gold and silver, get as much long-term storable food as possible. Get kit and equipment, make sure that you've got enough off-grid heating and cooking. Make sure that you can clean rainwater and purify water and store water. Make sure that you store fuel. Always get stuff when it's affordable, okay? And trust me, you'll be glad you did when you see these prices go up over the next couple of years. And 2025, everything's going to be rolling around the climate. They're going to be using that BS all the way, okay? Whether you believe in climate change, who done it and why and all the rest of it, they're using that as an excuse to roll out all of this stuff. That is their central main theme, all right? So if you can prove to people exactly what the climate's been doing for a long period of time, all right, different models for what the stuff that they're putting out there, then you get that to people and they can see that, yeah, we are all being lied to about the climate big time. And they're using that to roll out all of this crap that they're doing right now. So make sure that you get stuff, because let me tell you this, carbon footprints are a thing, and they're going to be a massive thing in 2 years. So whatever you think you're going to need, I need to get a crossbow, but I can't afford it. I'll get it next year. Well, look at all of the different components and parts that goes into making a crossbow. Fast forward 3 years from now, right? And they'll say, look at the energy and the cost it takes to produce that crossbow from the raw materials, where to find these materials, transporting them, changing them, modifying them, and that's just one. You've got 20 different materials. You've got to get them from all over the world. Do you know how much it's going to cost to get a crossbow in 3 years? It's going to be thousands of pounds. At the moment, you can get them for 100, 200 pounds, whatever. Okay. So my advice is, if you've got money in the bank, start taking it out now and start putting it into useful and indeed barterable items, okay? Because whatever you want to get through CBDC in a couple of years' time, your transaction could be blocked, depending on what you're saying, like I'm doing now, depending on how you're eating, what your health is. You can't do this because your health is this, and we don't want you getting ill, so you can't have it. And you think, well, it's my choice, I want to do it. No, not allowed. You're blocked. Central bank digital currency is complete control. And if you haven't got all of the things that you feel you're going to need between now and after that period, get them ASAP. That is my advice to anyone, old and new preppers alike. Okay, 2,366 people in the chat. I've waffled on for far too long, but the main theme of tonight's message is, yes, things are going to change a lot this year, and you need to be prepared for it, okay? If you've got sheeple friends out there, I know it's hard. Trust me, it's like banging your head against a brick wall. And I can see you nodding right now. But we need to keep trying, okay? And if they don't listen, you're just going to have to come to the realization to leave them. But understand this, they will become knocking on your door at some point in the future because they've run out of stuff, they can't afford stuff, and they know that you've got stuff. It's down to you how you deal with that. Everyone is different, okay? Do what you feel you need to do. So all I can do is make sure that you keep on prepping, all right? Seriously, keep on prepping, right? And if any of you guys are really new to this, who don't know where to start, I do prepping and survival courses, okay? I've been doing it for about a year now. There's going to be information and dates released within the next week or so, and get on there because they're going to sell out fast. I've already had 16 emails trying to book the 3 and 4 day courses already. All right, so I'm going to be working heavily on that over the weekend and getting the information to you as soon as humanly possible. So I would like to thank everyone who's watched this broadcast. Thanks to everyone who's donated via friends and family on PayPal. That really helps. Even on the replay, I know you guys donate during the week. That really helps as well, okay? So all of you guys who've done super chats and all that sort of lovely thing, I really do appreciate it. I seriously, seriously do. You guys, oh God, Fiat Punta, dude, hit me again. Thanks, brother. Seriously, seriously helps. So yeah, no matter where you are, right, take care of yourself. Keep one eye on what's coming down the road. Adjust your preps accordingly. You don't want to be caught short in anything, okay? So go through, look at your inventory, have a little stock take. Wow, I'm only down to like 10 toilet rolls. Might need to get some more, or whatever it is. That's just off my head, right? Just make sure that you don't run out of all of the things that you feel you're going to need. If you do, you're going to have to adapt around that situation and make do, right? So like I said, thanks to everyone who's donated. It really, really helps. Thanks to everyone who's taken part in the chat and commented, all right? We've had nearly 3,000 people in here tonight, and that's insane. And that's growing, right, at a scary, scary rate. So everyone who's supported me through thick and thin over the years, and indeed all of you new guys, God bless, thank you so much indeed. And yeah, share this on Facebook. That really helps. Okay, that's me done. Have a lovely weekend. Keep prepping, and I will try and get some videos over to you guys as soon as I can. Maybe the weekend, but definitely over the week. So please hit the thumbs up and subscribe and hit that notification bell if you haven't done so already. Because if you haven't, you're going to miss out on bing, quick little videos that come up and they could disappear. Is what it is. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Stay funky.